see here, let us consider a function x of t. Some function is there x of t, something like this. See here, some function is there x of t, and you're multiplying this x of t with the impulse function del of t. So I will try to take the different color. So this is something function x of t and is multiplying with what you call del of t. Then what you will be getting is simply see here clearly, very important property of impulse function. For t less than 0, this is 0, and for t greater than 0, this is 0. So whatever the value on the right of x of t and whatever the value on the left of x of t will be eliminated, and value at t equal to 0, this is 0 and this is 0. What is the value here? This value is exactly x of 0. This x of 0 height at t equal to 0 will be multiplied with this impulse function, and now you will be getting the new answer as an impulse function with what you call x of 0 and del of t. This is one of the very important property, that is I can define like this: x of t into del of t is exactly equal to x of 0 into del of t. So very important property in the impulse function. So when you multiply x of t with del of t, all the values will be gone. Only a value, single value of single function at this point will be remained or retained, and the point must be will be happen only at the timing of impulse where it is happening. So exactly here del of t is happening at t equal to t naught, which is equal to 0. So at t equal to 0, you will retain the value of the function, that is x of 0 into del of t. So this is one of the important property of the impulse function. So however, I can extend this to take the same x of t. I will try to consider the same x of t. See here clearly, I will try to consider same x of t I have taken. I will try to multiply with what you call I now take the impulse at t naught. So this is actually del of t minus t naught, and I try to multiply. I try to observe what will happen. Here the impulse is happening exactly at t is equal to t naught. Okay, so this is x of t. So let us consider there is somewhere t naught here. So this value will be what? X of t naught. Understand clearly? X of t naught, right? So when you multiply these two, all the values less than t naught and all the values greater than t naught will be eliminated or removed, and finally you will be getting simply x of t multiplied with del of t minus t naught. So what you are getting? At t naught, you are getting an impulse function, and this value is simply x of t naught del of t minus t naught. That's it. X of t naught del of t minus t naught. Hope you understood this logic now. I have multiplied the original function x of t with a shifted impulse, something like this, del of t minus t naught, where impulse is happening exactly at t naught. Okay, so now I got x of t naught and the impulse is happening at del of t minus t naught. So this is also one of the important property I am writing. X of t multiplied with del of t minus t naught will simply become x of t naught del of t minus t naught. So this is also one of the important property of the multiplication of a function x of t with del of t minus t naught, you are getting x of t naught into del of t minus t naught. So you try to remember these two properties of the impulse functions when multiplication with any other signal x of t. Okay, so now I will try to explain you one more important concept regarding impulse function. If I try to integrate minus infinite to plus infinite x of t del of t minus t naught dt, one of the most important formula, and so many times in competitive examinations and GATE this question was asked. Integral minus infinite to plus infinite x of t del of t minus t naught, and it is dt. So what will happen? So simply see here, this I can replace with integral minus infinite to plus infinite x of t multiplication with this whole picture. I can replace with x of t naught del of t minus t naught. So I will try to replace this with x of t naught del of t minus t naught, and it is what we call it as dt. Okay, so now see here, the students, x of t naught is a constant value, isn't it? Yes, you can take out x of t naught, a constant value, integral minus infinite to plus infinite del of t minus t naught dt. What is the area under impulse function from minus infinite to plus infinite? It is always 1, you know, from the properties of impulse function. So directly the answer is x of t naught. So no need to evaluate. Any question has asked something like this. Here I am rewriting what I got clearly. So that is integral minus infinite to plus infinite x of t del of t minus t naught dt is simply x of t naught. This is also one more important formula. So many times in GATE problems on this logic were asked, and not only GATE, competitive examinations and ESE, so many times you got problems on this integral minus infinite plus infinite x of t del of t minus t naught dt, which is equal to x of t naught. Okay, directly you can write the answer. So one more thing here I want to explain you. So see here clearly, dear students, I have written one formula, integral minus infinite to plus infinite, okay, what you call x of t del of t minus t naught dt is equal to simply x of t naught you have written. So that's it, you keep that aside. Now what I try to do, I will try to take another formula, something like this, integration x of t del of t minus t naught dt. Okay, I will try to evaluate from 2t naught to infinite. Okay, x of t del of t minus t naught, x of t del of t minus t naught dt. So it is from 2t naught to infinite. Then what is the answer? Is it x of t naught still? So here very important, you have to understand the logic. The logic here is del of t minus t naught means impulse is happening at what you call t naught. Let it be 0. This is a timeline. Impulse is happening at t naught. But impulse is happening at t naught, but you are integrating from 2t naught to infinite. Where is 2t naught? 2t naught is here, infinite is somewhere here. So here you are integrating between this and this, but your impulse function is at t naught. Then what is there here? Nothing. There is nothing here. 0. Understood the logic? So Similarly, here you can write a statement integral 2 t naught to infinite. This you can write x of t naught, no issues. Del of t minus t naught dt. You take this x of t naught always, del of t minus t naught dt. So, but this is not from minus infinite to plus infinite. The integration is from 2 t naught to infinite. So, always area under the impulse is not unity. Always it is not possible. You have to check the limits whether it is including the impulse function or not. Once again, very important point. Check the limits whether it is including the impulse function or excluding the impulse function. If impulse is including, then area is equal to 1. Here impulse is excluding the limits because limits are from 2t naught to infinite. 2t naught is somewhere here, infinite is somewhere here. It is excluding the impulse function. Impulse function is happening at t equal to t naught. So here impulse is excluding the limit. So the area is now 0. Why? Because nothing is there between 2t naught to infinite. So directly the answer I can note it as x of t naught into this value is 0. So totally this becomes 0. No need to evaluate the answer. So in problems something like this, multiplication of x of t with impulse function and integration, always you have to check whether it is including the limits or excluding the limits. If it is from minus infinite to plus infinite, so throughout range of x-axis compulsory this impulse will be included whatever the value of t naught is. Okay, so whatever the value of t naught, compulsory this t naught will be included between minus infinite to plus infinite. That is why always the answer is x of t naught. It is not 0. But if any other limits are given something like this, then you have to check whether the impulse function is including the limits or excluding the limit. If it is including the limits, then the answer is x of t naught. If this is excluding the limits, directly the answer you can take it as 0. Understood? So this is how you have to understand the concept of impulse function. So we'll try to do some problems, previous gate problems. So we'll try to go ahead without the same discussion. So copy this problem. The first problem. So I will try to take this as the level 1 problem. So the level 1 problem is something like this: limit integration minus infinite to plus infinite cos of t minus pi del of t dt. So how can you write the answer of this? Integral cos t minus pi del of t dt. How will you write? Here t minus t naught value is 0. And however the limits are from minus infinite to plus infinite, compulsory this del of t will be included between minus infinite to plus infinite. So the answer is simply x of t naught. X of t naught means cos t minus pi function happening at t is equal to t naught, which is equal to 0 in this case. So cos of minus pi, so cos pi, answer is minus 1. Understood? So this is a simple level 1 problem. So next I will try to go ahead with the level 2 question. The question is integral minus infinite to plus infinite cos of t minus pi del of t minus 2 pi dt is equal to, so this is here the impulse is happening at t is equal to 2 pi and t equal to 2 pi. See here, I will plot here, it is 2 pi, impulse is happening here, but you have to integrate from minus infinite to plus infinite. So this is impulse is including the limits. So directly the answer is x of t naught. So x of t at t is equal to t naught. That's it. So simply the answer is cos of t minus pi, where t is equal to how much? It is simply 2 pi. So simply the answer is cos of 2 pi minus pi. So which is equal to cos pi. So which is equal to minus 1. So in this way you can solve the problem of cos of t minus pi del of t minus 2 pi dt. Okay, so now I will try to go ahead with the next previous gate problem. So this is the gate 2013 problem. Gate 2013 problem, and it is a little bit difficult problem, so I am making it as level 3 problem. Integral minus infinite to plus infinite sin 3 tau divided by tau, sin 3 tau divided by tau del of t minus tau d tau. So this is a function given in taus, d tau is there. So for better understanding, so what I try to do here, I will try to make like this. I will try to make this as tau minus t. Is it not possible? T minus tau, I can make it as tau minus t, because this is impulse function is always even in nature del of minus t, you can write it as del of t. The same logic, del of t minus tau, you can write it as del of, take minus common. So if you take minus common, tau minus t. Okay, so finally you'll be getting del of tau minus t, no issues. So this logic I will try to use now. So integration minus infinite to plus infinite sin 3 tau divided by tau, I can simply make it as del of tau minus t, and it is d tau. So whole in terms of taus I got now. However, it is from minus infinite to plus infinite, this del of t minus tau, that is tau is equal to t, there is an impulse, tau is equal to t, there is an impulse, and this impulse is including the limits from minus infinite to plus infinite. Okay, so no issues, the answer is simply sin 3 tau divided by tau, but you have to evaluate it, tau is equal to simply t. So the answer is sin 3t divided by what you call t. So this is sin 3t divided by t. So this is the previous gate problem. So nothing is the twist here. You should have the idea to convert this as tau minus t is there. You convert into t minus tau and try to solve the problem. Just I have applied one property. So if you want to apply any inherent property, then it comes under the level 3 problems. Okay. So this is the previous gate problem. So we'll try to go ahead with the next problem. This is also gate 2015 problem, and this is also level 3 problem. Integral minus infinite to plus infinite t square del of minus t by 2 plus half dt. So this is the logic you have to solve for this question. So this is also a complex problem or level 3 problem. You got this in gate 2015. So t square del of t minus t by 2 plus half dt. Okay, so see here, now one thing I try to do, I will try to make here minus common. Why? Because it is even function. I am very clear. I can take it as minus infinite to plus infinite t square del of, okay, you can take minus common, so you can write it as half into t minus 1. That's it. Half into t minus 1. You can take out the minus, no issues, because it is even function. Impulse function is even function. Already I explained this. So now you know del of bt property. You apply del of bt, it is simply 1 by mod b del of t. This property I will try to apply here. So if I try to apply here, this becomes 1 by 2 integral minus infinite to plus infinite t square del of t minus 1 dt. Del of t minus 1 dt. However, impulse function is happening at t is equal to 1. So you draw the scale, you stand at 1 and check whether it is including the limits from minus infinite to plus infinite. Yes, it is including the limits. Directly the answer is 2 t square function, exactly t you have to substitute as 1. So 2 into 1 square. So the answer directly you are getting it as 2. So here the important idea is finally to apply the property of this property, very important. This is the time scaling property of the what you call impulse function. That is del of bt is equal to 1 by mod b del of t. So that is the idea. Okay. And one more previous gate problem. So I will try to consider. So this is GATE 2014 problem, and it is level 3. You feel little bit difficulty in solving this problem. Question he has given integral minus infinite to plus infinite sin pi by 2 t minus 2 divided by t square plus 4, okay, t square plus 4 into g of t dt into g of t dt, something as given, where g of t is simply g of t has given something like this. This a tends to 0, something like this, a tends to 0, and is given 1 minus a 1, and this is height is 4 by a, this is g of t as given. So limit a tends to 0, g of t, he has given something like that. Okay, so you feel little bit difficulty in solving this problem. Yeah, now first of all you have to get back the value of del of t now. Sorry, g of t. What is g of t? So try to understand clearly what he is saying. You have to make this a is tending to 0. This a is tending to 0. What will happen? If a tends to 0, then this 1 minus a will move towards 1. That's it. 1 is however fixed. This is fixed. This point is fixed. But this 1 minus a will move towards like this. And height is 4 by a. Height will move towards the infinite of the y-axis. Infinite of the y-axis. That is the idea. So now, if this is 1 minus a, 1, and this is 4 by a, then what will happen is, clearly you understand, if you try to make a tends to 0, it will end up with simply at 1, you will find the what you call impulse function. You will find the impulse function at 1. Okay, and at 1, and what is the area of the impulse function? Simply the area of this picture. The area is simply is equal to, what is the base? Base is 1 minus 1 plus a, so base is a, height is 4 by a, so the area is simply 4, so it is 4 del of t minus 1. So now see here clearly, I can write simply g of t is simply equal to 4 del of t minus 1. So nothing he has given, he has included the concept of parent signal here, that's it. in this problem. Okay, so for this parent signal, you have to make A tends to 0. If you make A tends to 0, then automatically you will be getting g of t is equal to 4 del of t minus 1. Once you got this logic, directly substitute the g of t here, then go for solving. So which is equal to integral minus infinite to plus infinite sine pi by 2 into t minus 2 divided by t square plus 4. G of t is 4 times del of t minus 1 dt. T minus 1 dt. However, the impulse is happening at t is equal to 1. So the impulse is happening exactly at t is equal to 1, and you are evaluating from minus infinite to plus infinite. So the impulse you are including, the answer is directly 4. This whole function evaluated to t equal to 1. Simple. So whole function you try to evaluate at t is equal to 1 means 1 minus 2 divided by 1 square plus 4. The answer is, so you can take this as minus sine pi by 2. So minus 4 sine pi by 2 divided by pi. Sine pi by 2 is 1. So the answer is minus 4 divided by 5. Okay. So this is way you will be getting the logic of a big function. So don't worry, whatever the big function is there here, in the logic is the decoding of g of t, that's it. So how will you decode the g of t? G of t you can decode from this parent signal. Some parent signal has given. From here you can decode g of t, and then you apply the logic here, and you have to check whether it is including or excluding. It is including. So including means directly the answer is the whole function must be evaluated at t is equal to t naught is 1. It is del of t minus t naught property. Del of t minus t naught. Don't consider t as 2. Okay, that option will be there in multiple choice. Okay, don't confuse. It is del of t minus t naught is 1. Evaluated at t equal to 1. Then finally I got minus 4 sine pi by 2 by 5. So sine pi by 2 is 1. So the answer is minus 4 by 5. So this is the toughest problem and level 3 problem as given in GATE 2014 examination. Okay, so this is where you can expect some problems on this impulse function logics. Okay, so in the previous lecture I have started the impulse function concept, then I have extended towards the properties of impulse function, that is its even nature, del of minus t is equal to del of t, and then shifting operation, scaling operation, and then multiplication of del of t with some function and integrating. So these are the logics. So here you will be getting GATE problems on these different logics. Okay, so in the next lecture, so we'll try to perform the same operations on the step function as well as the ramp function, and we'll try to understand so what will happen if you try to perform the shifting, scaling and reversal operations on the unit step function and the unit ramp function as well. Okay, thank you. So hope you have gained a thorough knowledge on this session. So if you really like the videos, you can subscribe to the channel. If you find any doubts, or if you want to give any feedback, you can give in the comment section below. If you want to follow the complete lectures, so you can register at the Octomy Academy. Thank you.